Tell me why they sleeping on me, on me, oh. Tell me why they sleeping on me, on me, oh. Tell me why they sleeping on me.
So last week I got to test out the brand new Model 99 from Nordicdots. Big thank you to All Things Tennis for giving me them. The first thing that I'll say is I've been really impressed with all of the tennis gear that Nordicdots have been producing over the last year. The clothing is really smart, it's got a really good quality feel to it. They're quite sleek, simple designs, but the material's really high quality. So I was really interested to see if they could transfer that element of a luxury product into tennis rackets. So the Model 99 comes in two colours, black and grey. So I really like what they've done with the design, keeping it really simple. And they've gone with a light glossy finish, which has a real pro stock feel to it. So the specs of this frame. It's a 99 square inch head with a 16x20 string pattern, and it weighs 300 grams. So what were my first impressions of the Model 99? For me, this frame feels really high quality. Very similar to a lot of the pro stock rackets that I've been testing out recently. This frame felt very stable. In my opinion, this is probably the most stable racket at 300 grams that I've play tested. So you may have noticed a quite unique shape to the head. For the Model 99, Nordicdots have gone with a more isometric shape, which means a raised sweet spot and more spin-friendly action on the ball due to the increased margin for error. Now, I'll have to admit, initially I was skeptical of this frame. It's very difficult for existing companies to make new rackets, let alone a new company emerging into the racket world. But I think what Nordicdots have managed to do here is make something that I believe can compete with the big guys. It felt really easy to generate power and spin, and once I got used to it, I was finding depth pretty consistently. And when I was playing close to the baseline, it felt really easy to maneuver. Now, the one thing that I will say is I don't believe this racket is for beginners. Although it's a 99 square inch head and 300 grams, I think it would be more suited to intermediate, advanced, even professional players. So normally I use a ProStaff 97 RF. That is my chosen racket. And I've been testing out rackets now for a few months. And something that I will say is, if you're a fan of the ProStaff series, something that offers stability, control, and controlled power, but you want something a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more maneuverable, with a little bit more spin, I feel like this is it. I have to say I was an absolute wall at the net with the Model 99. Now, volleying normally isn't my strong suit, but I felt that with the Model 99 I was able to be quite effective at the net. Because of the solid dense frame and the stability, I was almost just letting the ball bounce off my racket, almost just redirecting it. And similar to the baseline, the 300 gram weight allowed me to maneuver it really quickly at the net, so it made the fast reaction volleys just that little bit more simple. That was me, not the racket. It was better than previous attempts. So my hitting partner had the grey Model 99, exactly the same racket, and he was on the receiving end of my volleys. And the feedback that I got from him was that my volleys were really penetrating the court, but he said he was also enjoying the maneuverability of the racket. Even when I hit pace, he was still able to whip some passes past me. Like that. It was pretty easy to smash with as well. I was able to generate quite a bit of power when I wanted to. So answering the question, does the Model 99 fit into the modern game? And my answer is yes. Players on the Pro Tour are going up in head size, lower in weight, looking for more maneuverable rackets that allow them to take more time away, and they're looking for rackets which offer more stability and spin potential. which I think the Model 99 ticks all of those boxes. And if anyone was wondering, we are hitting on indoor carpet, which I think is actually a really good surface to test rackets out on, because the ball just comes through so quick, so it's really good to test the control of the racket. Just missed. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, Nordicdots don't just make rackets, they make tennis clothing, tennis balls, and they make grips and string. So using the Nordicdots rackets, may as well test out the grips as well. And I have to say, I did really rate them. The things that I'm looking for in an overgrip: number 1, comfort. Number 2, it's got to be sweat absorbent or resistant. I can't be getting into a match after an hour and a half and getting sweaty, losing my grip, etc. And then number 3, I'd say durability. They have to have an element of being able to last the full length of a match. And as I was testing these rackets out for an hour and a half, along with the grips, I think they lasted pretty well and they seemed to tick all the boxes. But the one thing that I was amazed about was that you can get a pack of 3 for just over £4, which I think is a crazy good bargain for grips. So I decided to turn up the heat a little bit and see what this racket was really capable of. Boom. I was getting quite a lot of juice on the serve. Felt very easy to generate power and get speed through the ball. I think because of the weight and the maneuverability, it's quite easy to generate spin, but then also because of the stability, when I go for my flatter serves, it really pops. And I was actually really surprised at how consistently I was serving with this racket. I mean, I was just hitting spot after spot. Don't get me wrong, my serve is one of my strengths already, but I was actually barely missing with the Model 99. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed my review of the Model 99. If you've hit with this racket, let me know your thoughts, drop me some feedback in the comments, or if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.